Till you hear me so loud and clearly, this is the last time you'll ever hear from me.
Well, good afternoon guys and welcome to Jonesy's vlog. So I just got back from the match, a 2-1 defeat at home to Huddersfield. So hopefully, finally, people will stop mentioning the playoffs, talking about the rest of this season. Let's just write this season off and start looking to next season. Hopefully, thank God, we can finally start doing this. You know, this is exactly why I haven't been looking forward or, aiming for the playoffs for these past few weeks, because I've been watching that team and not one part of me has thought when watching these games, we look like a team that deserves to be in the playoffs or a team that would do well in the playoffs. And today's performance, gutless, passionate, absolutely no passion in the team, no urgency and no real care really from the team, just proves that I've been right, for the past few weeks and right to be so negative, I suppose. A lot of fans have been, well, no, not a lot of fans, a few fans, have been having a go at ones being negative and everything, but I think there's a difference between negative and just trying to look at a bigger picture and just trying to be realistic, I suppose. And I try to think that that's what I've been doing. But I mean, today was just really, really dire. I mean, to be fair, on Twitter I haven't seen one sort of positive comment about the club. I think the most positive thing I've seen is that, Warnock's talking about, he might not be here much longer, which really, really would be fantastic. But, looking at the game today, it was a very poor game in general anyway. I mean, for the 90 minutes, I feel very sorry for the Huddersfield fans who have had to pay £36 to watch that, and the Leeds fans that obviously have to pay similar prices week in, week out anyway. But I mean, it was a very, very poor football match. We came out kind of all guns blazing, which was nice to see. The first sort of 10-15 minutes, I thought, we might actually be in to have a decent win here, and Huddersfield looked a bit shaky at the back. But then from then on, absolutely nothing. There were hardly any chances created really. The goal that we got was very, very lucky. It was a hopeful ball, sort of over the top into the penalty area, and Eddie White, was in the right place at the right time. Poor defending from Huddersfield, and all he had to do was head it into the net. But apart from that, Austin with a pile driver of a shot from outside the box. It was a hopeful effort, and it was a pretty decent crack. But apart from that, the header from Varney in the first half from a set piece. But nothing clear cut, made throughout the game. It was really, really disappointing to see, especially after that equaliser. And like as I mentioned, the urgency from the team. Once we got that equaliser, you thought the players would look up for it and want to go ahead. If they were still thinking of the playoffs, then you'd have thought they'd have wanted to get another quick goal and really, put Huddersfield to the sword and finish them off. But it was weird. It kind of had a bit of an end of season feel to it for me. The whole game, from both Huddersfield and Leeds to begin with, as if both teams didn't have anything to play for. Which Huddersfield are pretty much fighting a relegation battle. I mean, that win today has probably done them good. I probably can't see them going down. And we were still mathematically, I suppose, in the chance for the playoffs. But yeah, like I say, it just started off very sort of weird tempo to the game, but second half really probably Huddersfield deserved it. They created a few more chances and took their chances really well. I feel it's really, really poor defending from our point of view for their first goal. We should have cleared the ball and got rid of it, but heading it straight back to them within the penalty area, and then not staying with the markers and letting that shot get away. And their second goal, just very, very well taken opportunity from them. On the break, we didn't have the defenders back, and Vaughan took the goal fantastically really. And I can't argue with the result, because we gave nothing in the game. We didn't deserve anything from the game, and we got nothing from the game, which was quite right really. The Huddersfield Town fans made me laugh with their chant of you must be shit, we're winning away or something, and it sums it up. Huddersfield have been really, really poor recently. Their form since Robbins came in. They've conceded quite a few goals, especially away from home, and we didn't look menacing against them today at all. It never looked like we were going to win, apart from those first 10-15 minutes. But from then, I was never confident that we were going to get the goals to win, and I think that just proves a lot, really. We look at the whole team. I think Paddy Kenny was really, really poor today in the way that he looked. He didn't look up for it at all. Well, none of the players looked up for it, but his urgency from free kicks and goal kicks, he just seemed to be ambling about and not bothering at all. He kicked the ball out of play a few times, and it looked like someone's been saying that he was telling the fans to fuck off or something with them having a go at him, which is, we don't want to see that, do we, really? The defence in general, I think, was poor today. That was the first real poor game from all four for me in quite a while. Even Sam Byram, he usually sort of controls his right back area and doesn't let many players sort of get the better of him. But today, Neil Dan certainly had the better of him. He was fantastic. There was nothing from midfield as well. Michael Tong had a very poor game. Paul Green, as I've been saying for the past few weeks, he was absolutely terrible for me. The amount of times he gives the ball away to the opposition in our own half in dangerous situations, it's just getting an absolute joke now with him. So he needs a rest for me, because he's just not providing anything to the team. Austin did what Austin does. He just seems to get the ball and run in a straight line, doesn't he? Powering through people. He had a few decent touches and passes, but apart from that, nothing game breaking, game changing. Luke Varney was awful. Apart from his header in the first half, he did nothing again. Juve did alright, really. He didn't necessarily do anything wrong, but again, nothing right from him. And Habibu was just... I'm not even going to say anything. Brought on Ryan Hall and Eddie White. As I said, Eddie White with got into the game straight away with that goal, but apart from that, didn't really do anything. Again, Hall put a decent ball in from a cross, but again, he didn't really seem to do much when he was getting on the ball. He was just getting tackled straight away. It was good to hear that Neil Warnock was talking about leaving, as I've already mentioned. Apparently he's told GFH that when Leeds are out of the playoffs, which for me is now, then they should bring in a replacement, and apparently he's been recommending some manager, or been speaking to some managers about possibly taking over. Don't know if I want to take his recommendations, to be honest. It'll be interesting to see, but for me at this time, it doesn't matter whether we've got a new manager in or we keep Warnock in, because we're not playing for anything. For me, if we brought a new manager in, it wouldn't be to be aiming for the playoffs again and a late playoff push. It will be to start looking towards next season, bring a new manager in, see the players he's got to work with now, see which players he'd want to get rid of, which ones he'd probably want to keep, and then when the summer comes, hopefully GFH will have some money to spend. Although they've said this week that the first £3 million of season ticket sales will be going to pay off some of the debt from the East Stand. So thank you very much for that legacy, Mr. Bates. But I must give credit to GFH for actually coming out and saying that, because it's a lot clearer from the board than what we've been used to. So fair play to them for that one. But yeah, hopefully there will be some money to spend for whatever manager we've got, and we can finally just bring the fresh players in that the team needs, because we've got a few players to work around with, but it's going to be after a big overhaul for me. But there's a lot of Neil Warnock keeps saying that he got rid of the deadwood out of the team, but he seems to have replaced it with more deadwood, really. So it would have to be a big overhaul in the players, but we're going to have to wait and see and see for the summer. But for me today, that was really end of season. The sort of final nail in the coffin for me. So guys, let me know what you think. If there's anyone out there that's still holding hope out for the rest of this season, then do let me know. I'd be surprised if there is many, but yeah, let me know your thoughts on the game today. Like I say, probably one of the worst performances I've seen this season anyway. And of course we sort of push on to the next few games. Whether Warnock will be in charge then, who knows? Asked it once before, but again, who would people want to see in? Is it still Nigel Adkins, or are there other new managers out there that you'd like to see in? Something a bit different maybe. And any Huddersfield fans that want to let me know your thoughts. You seem pretty happy with your win today, so well done on that one. I'm not going to get into all that anyway. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Get in contact on here in the comments or on my Twitter at ChrisJonesLUFC, and I will be speaking to you very soon.